I'm dermatologist Dr. Doris Day.
And I'm celebrity hairstylist Jill Crosby.
Today we're talking about hair loss in women. It's normal to shed 50 to 100 hairs a day, but beyond that we need to investigate. And hair is not just an accessory, it's really very closely tied to our self-esteem. When your hair is healthy and rich and thick and beautiful, we feel more beautiful. There are common types of hair loss, and what I most commonly see are 3 different types. One is hereditary hair loss. This can start as early as in your 20s. You can inherit it from the mother side of the family or the father side, or if you're lucky, from both sides of the family. And what we see in women is a different pattern than in men. Women tend to maintain the frontal hairline, the part tends to widen, and then we diffusely thin over the crown of the scalp. Women don't tend to go bald in the same way men do. The other types of hair loss are stress shedding. This is really more of a shedding than a true hair loss. It occurs 3 to 4 months after a major life event like childbirth or a marriage or death in the family or some other life event. And that hair tends to recover, but it can take some time, and you can shed up to 40% of your hair in that process. Another type is called alopecia areata. This is where your body's immune system attacks the follicles and we see round, discrete patches of hair loss anywhere you have hair, on your scalp, on your brows, on your lashes, on your body. It can occur anywhere, and your dermatologist can help address this for you. It always helps to have an evaluation by your doctor to determine the type of hair loss you're having, but many women can't get to a dermatologist right away. There are products that you can get that are available over the counter at the drugstore without a prescription. One that I often recommend for my patients is called Rogaine. They have a new formulation that's a 5% aerosol. This is an over-the-counter drug and is regulated by the FDA. To get this regulation and this claim, what they did was they had to do a clinical trial, and in the trial there were over 700 women. Over 80% of the women regrew hair, and the hair that regrew was 48% thicker. So this is a trial that was done and had to get FDA approval. It's available at the drugstore without a prescription. You use it once a day, and it takes about 3 months to see results.
Yeah, and hereditary hair loss is very different than damaged hair, such as split ends or breakage. If you were to run your hand through your hair and pull a hair out, you'd have the root attached. That could constitute true hair loss. Applying Women's Rogaine 5% minoxidil is so easy. It takes 1 minute a day. And the way that you begin is in between washings or right after a wash. All you do is towel dry your hair. Make sure that you whisk away as much moisture as possible, and then make a parting to expose the area where you need to make the application. Dispense about 1/2 of a capful on a non-porous surface and start working with a small amount, massaging it from the back towards the front. When you're done, you simply let the scalp dry, and then you can begin styling as usual. And for me, creating volume is everything when it comes to thinning hair. So you really want to work with products that can help to create lift and volume, like root lifters, mousses, and dry shampoos for that instant lift. You also want to look for shampoos and conditioners that are voluminizing. Those are going to make everything come alive. Also, you want to be careful when dealing with thin or thinning hair because it's fragile. So when you're working with hot tools, make sure that you turn the heat down and use a thermal protector. Set your blow dryer on low to medium heat rather than high. Also, color is an amazing tool to use when you're working with thinning hair. It can create dimension and depth, and it can help enhance a style. And cutting is amazing. Working with layers, subtle layers around the face are amazing for wavy, curly, or even straight hair. Choose hairstyles that don't put a whole lot of tension or stress on your hair, such as high ponytails or tight top knots or even extensions. Make sure that you choose hairstyles that are looser, lower. And also make sure that when using hair extensions, you're very careful. It can be very damaging on thinner thinning hair.
For more information, you can go to womensrogaine.com.